sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. And it's coming up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from Ford Field. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Another run for Gibbs here. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a give to Bigsby. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Now Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Now 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Touchdown! Gabriel Davis. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that one to the right side and incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Goff. That's taken in by Raymond. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. In motion right, that's Williams. Goff now to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. To the air again. Goff. He's got right on the short throw. Second and 9 from the 44. Here's Goff. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing again is Goff. To the sideline and incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Jaguars offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
He's got Thomas yet again, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And he's going this one is down he goes. Derek Barnes just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So out now come the Lions. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Goff. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Taking on the midfield logo. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll run with ETN.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Lawrence will throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. Oh, some strong running. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Lawrence.
Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Now Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
A try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw.
Throw caught by Raymond.
And he goes out right around the 39.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now it's Goff.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 18. On play action, they'll throw.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Derek Barnes. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Now Lawrence.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. That'll give him 8 that time. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now Lawrence to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Motion man left is Kirk. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On play action, Lawrence.
Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Play action, it's Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it.
Loose inside the 30. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
Montgomery is in for a Lions touchdown.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it.
Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
ETN up the middle. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Lawrence.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Lions will take over.
David Montgomery and the Lions about set to begin this next series.
He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now 2nd and 3. On the option right, it's Goff.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
St. Brown in motion right.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Goff now looking to throw.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
Now Goff.
Open man is Raymond. He's got it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
He's got right on the short throw.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Here's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again is Goff.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Back to throw. Goff. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Sam Laporta
From 10 yards out.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Two yards to go, second down.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete.
And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get this up to the 43.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And this one is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. Third down here.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
The tackle for a loss goes to Kirby Joseph, making a great play.
He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustments. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Third down and 1.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Goff. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
From the gun, here's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Goff throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
Now it's Goff.
He's got right on the short throw.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run with Montgomery. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Once more, Montgomery pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Oh, he stays up.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Running for it, Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
David Montgomery,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground, ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything.
But in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Lions now. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Goff now to throw. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now Goff. Throw caught by Raymond. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Goff now looks to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Montgomery back to the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. In motion right is Davis. A shotgun snap, and again to ETN. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now Lawrence to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars 1st down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Screen play. Here's ETN. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Lawrence going to throw again. ETN bringing in another one. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Into the hands of Ingram. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a third down gain of 4. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed.
Pass complete, Thomas. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on first down.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
Looking long for Thomas. It's caught at the 10. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. The kick up and good, but they remain a field goal short as they wind up dropping this one by 3. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.